It's episode 4 of GrayVee on the City.
The GrayVee on the City this week is Wicked Awesome IPA by Nickelbrook Brewing Company, which is in Burlington, Ontario.
As well as Surround Sound by Collective Arts in Hamilton, Ontario. Nice. The dangerously delicious 8.2%.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't get very many ones that are high percentage like that for beer.
No, especially ones that taste this good.
Yeah.
I find a lot of them, they can taste good, but they're so like weird and unique tasting. You don't want to have a lot of it.
You just want to have
which I guess is a good deterrent for over drinking.
Like, what's the highest percentage beer?
I've heard of ones that are like 11 or 12%.
Really? Have you ever tried any?
The one I'm thinking of, I can't remember the percentage. I think it was up there. But it was almost like a wine. It was like barely carbonated, but technically it was a beer. It's very strange.
Which one was that?
It was years ago. I don't remember.
Oh.
Yeah. I had to split it with a friend because it comes in such a big bottle. You don't want to drink the
And
whole
it's like
thing.
wine beer?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's like really fruity.
That's
From
interesting.
what I remember, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. I feel like I have like these mythical beers that I've like tried, and like I've been trying to find. I tried like this cherry beer once at Pub Italia, and it was like a featured beer there, and I was like super excited because I love cherry. And I swear, I don't know if it's just like my head, but I swear it was like one of the best beers I've had. And like I went back and I was just like, hi, like, can I get the cherry beer?
Yeah.
And they brought me like the Fruity, the strawberry, like,
okay.
You know, that wheat beer.
Yeah.
And it was like, ugh.
No good.
And I don't know. I feel like I was just like going crazy trying to find the cherry beer.
Yeah.
But it was really delicious. They do that every once in a while at Pub Italia. I think they have like a rotating
Yeah, it's always
seasonal,
different every month
yeah.
or something. Yeah.
The first page of the book.
Yeah. A few pubs do that, which is good.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just it sucks when they don't have like a rotating like IPA. Mm-hmm. Like if you get like a small bar that just has like the 4 taps or whatever, and they don't have an IPA, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah. One of them's Budweiser.
What are you doing with your life? I feel like I just don't hold back. Like the disappointment is so real in my face, and then I'll just be like, just wine. I'll just have a white wine. Just whatever. The house
the house white.
Okay, whatever that is. It's really funny because like people obviously, you know, like if someone's like buying you a drink or something like that, not that happens but they'll always be like, oh yeah, like, oh, I'll be like, oh, get white wine or whatever, and they're like, well, what kind? And I was just like, I don't know, just wine.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, it doesn't matter to me. Trying to assess if I'm culturally like invested in wine.
I just want to drink it. That's it.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
But we know what we like.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it simple.
Exactly.
Don't be picky. It's fine.
And then like I think people, you know, realize too that you don't just get the 5 ounce anymore, you get the 8 ounce if you buy. Oh boy.
Yeah. Here's a question.
Yes.
Would you ever be interested in a pet crocodile?
No. What kind of question is that?
Legitimate one, because there's a guy out there with one. He's lives somewhere in Africa. Yeah, I saw a documentary on him called it's on YouTube for anyone that wants to look it up, called The Man.
Oh, people will just be diving right in.
They're gonna cut off the podcast and go straight there now.
What?
It's called The Man Who Swims with Crocodiles, which is a little misleading because he actually only swims with one crocodile, but we'll let it slide. The long story short, it's this guy. His home is by the river, and he found either a baby crocodile or adolescent crocodile. And it wasn't doing so well apparently. So he fed it, raised it, and it's just his buddy now. And he can pet it, but it's still wild. It'll leave for like weeks or a month at a time, come back, and it's still his friend. Remembers him.
What's its name?
It was years ago that I've seen it.
You watched this whole doc. You don't remember the crocodile?
It was a long time ago. Some not white English person's name.
I feel like that's just encouragement for people. Like, no disrespect to the dude. I'm sure he's very cool. Sure. I wonder if, like, honestly, when you walk into his house, he just has all these pictures of his crocodile.
Just a bunch of selfies with his crocodile.
Like, and they're like doing different things, like eating burgers together and stuff like that. But I honestly feel like with that type of video, people are going to be like, I could totally do that, dude. Yeah. And that's how people die.
Yeah, people in Texas, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. They'd be like, this.
What can I get that'll go with my tiger? I know, crocodile.
Isn't there like a North Bay bear story? What was the dude in the bear suit?
Oh, yes.
You need
Troy
to tell that
Hercules.
story.
Yes.
Yes.
He's a local legend in North Bay, inventor. He invented this bear research suit so you can get close to bears, but it'll keep you safe in case they attack you. Not very practical when you... Someone made a documentary of it, too.
Oh,
And
boy.
yeah, you see a thing. It's like a bulky astronaut suit that can barely move in, can't walk.
And its specific purpose is to protect him against bears.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And they do all these crazy tests. He'll have it on, and they have like this giant log that smashes into him. Then he rolls down a hill, and it gets out perfectly fine.
Because a bear will do that. Bears are known to just chuck logs at people.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. It's a go-to move for a bear.
I feel like his mobility is severely impaired in this suit. So if the bear found a way around it,
Yeah.
you're screwed, buddy. Mm-hmm. That is amazing.
Yeah. It's an amazing documentary.
We need more weird people like that.
Yeah.
I love that people can just do a documentary. Actually, you know what? That's a pretty exceptional topic.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like some people just have do documentaries and they're like on the most mundane subjects, but they turn it into like a thing of like amazing feat, you know? It's like the voiceover or something like that.
Yeah. Remember I saw one in Ottawa about shawarma and why shawarma is so popular in Ottawa?
And it was a good.
It never really answered the question for me, I think. I remember he goes to interview a shawarma restaurant owner, and instead of answering the question like, oh, why are shawarma so popular? He's like, oh, we're the best. We got the best shawarma here. He just started to promote his own restaurant.
I feel like every shawarma place has that guy. It's the best. Try this. It's the best. It's only the 50th
No
one
one
in
can
Ottawa.
compare.
Exactly. Like, how do you? I
Always
don't
with the
know.
hands up.
I love the people that have like. Well, I guess we all have like our favorite shawarma places or whatever.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But like, I feel like there's so much available that it's hard to have like a dead set favorite. I don't know.
I did have a dead set favorite, but then it closed for some reason. Castle Shawarma.
Oh.
Rest in peace.
Rest in R.I.P. The best shawarma ever.
Rest in garlic.
Rest in garlic. Oh boy.
Yeah.
No, I think documentaries have this unique way of turning the mundane into like just this incredible story.
Yeah, if someone else is focused in on something,
Yeah,
it'll make you want to
exactly.
focus in on it too.
Exactly. And sometimes I feel like they just like dig for it. And they just like dig for this story or whatever. Especially like some podcasts too do that.
Yeah,
Just,
that's true.
Yeah, exactly.
We've listened to a couple of
Is there a story here? Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big news came out today.
What's
know if
the
you
big
heard.
news? Oh my
You were
God.
working all day. Big news.
Is it about the virus?
It's actually pretty big news. No,
Blues Fest is canceled?
probably, but that's not it.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
The United States Pentagon has officially acknowledged the existence of UFOs.
Wow.
Yeah. I knew that would be it.
Okay.
They said that they're real and they don't know what they
Okay,
are.
but like what source is this coming from?
The Pentagon.
It's the building. It is speaking.
Well, there was a series of 3 videos that were released or leaked, like I think it was 2 or 3 years ago now. I don't know if you've seen them. You wouldn't be impressed by them because they're like infrared fuzzy images.
What is that?
Because I know you.
It's horrible.
That's it. That's all I show. But it's about it's the camera on fighter jets as they're doing drills in overseas. They find these objects floating and flying around, and they film them.
I said my mom saw.
Oh, okay, there you go. That's the one. But before they were only leaks. They
Yeah.
weren't actually acknowledged by the official Pentagon.
No, but she saw like a real one.
Oh yes, remember that? Yes. Sorry, I thought you meant the video. Yeah.
But is it like what she described?
No. She describes it as a ball of light,
Or like
right?
a disc?
Right. No, these were. Did you ever hear the Tic Tac?
Tic tac.
The one.
That's a candy you eat.
I think it was the gimbal video. It's called.
Delicious.
It looks like a little Tic Tac flying around super fast.
It's a flying Tic Tac?
Yeah.
That's what they released a video of a flying Tic Tac.
Yeah, but it's infrared, so you can't actually see the Tic Tac shape, but it's hard to describe. Yeah.
I don't know. This is coming out the same week that their president said that they should drink like.
Yeah, they're trying to distract people from.
Yeah. Ooh, look at flying Tic Tac. Wee.
No, but I've seen interviews with the fighter pilot who actually followed it.
He followed the Tic Tac?
Yeah, they tracked it, trying to figure out what it was. Apparently, this is a very common occurrence for the Navy. They just find these flying objects. They don't know what they are, what they're doing. But I'm pretty sure the Pentagon described them as aircraft. And to their knowledge, the United States government nor any other government has aircraft that can do these maneuvers.
Weird.
Yeah.
But like, how did you hear about it? Joe Rogan?
Probably. Actually, Tom DeLonge, the guy from Blink-182.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a weird source.
I know. He quit years ago. He quit Blink-182. I'm pretty sure to start this organization to study UFOs, and his group was the one that leaked the videos.
Are you serious?
Yeah. He's all about UFOs now.
Are you? Wow. Yeah. I did not know that.
Yeah. And
I enjoy that treasure, that like nugget of knowledge.
Yeah. He's super eccentric about UFOs now. It's crazy.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Who knew that's the path you would follow? I mean, UFOs, don't get me wrong, cool. I don't know. I think I'm just really like distrusting of like official releases of things.
Do you think it's possible that it is United States aircraft? They're just not.
I don't know.
Disclosed to themselves even.
Whenever something's like officially, like I feel like there's so much misinformation. There's so many half truths and like lies out there that like it's hard to believe when they're like, actually, we've proven this right, or and they officially release something. Then I'm just kind of like, I don't know.
Is it suspicious because the government's putting it out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Not so much our government.
Yeah. Well, maybe like this guy called Stephen Greer. He's a UFO guy.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure...
UFO guy, his official title.
I'm pretty sure his theory is that governments either have UFO technology and are using it, or they just made up super advanced technology and they're going to use it to stage a fake invasion. And they're going to use that.
That's like the Watchman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And they're going to use that to bring all the governments together in maybe a one world government or something.
Interesting.
Crazy stuff. So maybe this is the first stage of moving towards that.
That's freaky.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that.
But it's crazy what this thing can do from what they describe, just the way it moves and how quick it moves. It's very strange. Like no aircraft can move, like spin on a dime and like go from 50,000 feet to like 100 feet in like less than a second.
That's weird.
And like conventional aircraft, even if they could do that, the G-forces involved would just basically kill you, I'm pretty sure.
G-force!
And I've heard this guy called Bob Lazar, who supposedly back in the 80s worked on Area 51.
What's his name?
Bob Lazar.
Bob Lazar.
Lazar, yeah.
Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar. I was like, what? Bob Lazar?
Bob Lazar? Bob Lazar. Is he a Pokemon? Pokemon are real? Pentagon and Pokemon?
I'm suddenly very into this topic.
He supposedly worked at Area 51, and apparently he was studying UFOs and their propulsion systems, and they use gravity instead of like a thrust. So the way it works is it squeezes the space in front of you to pull you instead of push you. And by doing that, you negate the need for G-forces. So you feel like you're just sitting in one spot, but really your aircraft is moving this way and that.
Whoa.
Mm.
But like, what happened to the Area 51 raid when all these like people?
I'm pretty sure like 100 people showed up and they just partied. Nothing happened. Surprise, surprise.
So he used to work in Area. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Mm. And there's a bunch of weird stuff. Like he made all these predictions about things that actually came to light years later. Like one was they had this hand scanner as like a security thing to get in through certain doors.
Yeah.
And it would shine light into your hand and it would measure the length of your bones.
Oh.
Apparently the length of your bones in your hand is very unique
cool. Yeah.
for each person.
Yeah.
People thought he was crazy for it. And then years later, it came out that they did have this back in the day.
So wait. So he worked at Area 51.
Mm-hmm. Supposedly.
Yeah. And came back and said that all of these things would come about.
Not these things today, but just certain
technologies.
Yeah. And there's this element called element 115, which apparently is the fuel for their aircraft. It wasn't even discovered.
For the alien aircraft?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was an energy source, sort of. Which at that time we hadn't synthesized ourselves. So
but we have it?
Now we have it, yeah.
What are we doing with it?
I'm not sure if we.
Putting it in burgers.
No, I think we can make it, but it's not stable enough to. We can't. Gravitational burgers.
Whee! That's what we would do, though, right? Like if America had the knowledge.
So you don't have to use your hands; it just flies into your mouth automatically.
If they had the knowledge, that is what they would do with it. Oh, what can we do? Put it on burgers? Sorry, I'm ruining this.
No, I mean a burger's kind of the shape of a flying saucer almost, so maybe that's a connection.
Makes sense. So Formula 115.
Element.
Oh.
So it's just a type of atom. You know how there's oxygen atoms, hydrogen atoms?
Yeah.
This is just another atom, but it's very heavy. So it's at the lower end of the periodic table.
Okay.
And we haven't found it naturally on Earth. We can only synthesize it. But whenever we do, it degrades and it's not a stable atom. But apparently these aliens, supposedly, again, have it in a stable state where you can manipulate it and do things with it.
Now, who released this? Bob Lazar did?
Well, he talked about it a while ago, but then years later again, scientists discovered that they can synthesize it. They just can't create a stable version of it.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So they're like, they're experimenting it with it right now. And that's supposedly what fuels the aliens. Mm. Fuel the aliens. Woo! I felt like that needed a song. But okay, so the Pentagon, all they've officially released is the Tic Tac video.
3 different videos. I'm not sure if they're all Tic Tacs per se. There might be different types of saucers.
I wonder if the aliens like saw the Tic Tac that we've created and they were like,
we can make that.
That's a great shape.
We
can make that and we can make it fly. We can make it fly and taste like mint at the same time. Yeah. I wonder if they're just kind of like, I wonder if we're just kind of like a stopping like point, like those, those places that you like fly through.
It's like a lookout.
Like you're not interested in going there, like you're just flying through like Manitoba.
No one wants to stop there.
Woo! Just stop it in there. If I do stop, it's because there's a transfer.
Yeah. Quick abduction here and there.
Exactly. So I wonder if like we're the same. Like they're just kind of like, oh, Earth, what a shithole. They just keep going.
What are they doing? Still bomb each other? Okay.
Oh, they took a picture of our TikTok.
Yeah. Oh, they're trying to chase us. What'll we do? Whatever will we do?
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you found that little nugget of knowledge.
Yeah. Made my morning. It was pretty good to see that pop up on my news feed.
You know what makes my morning? Every day there's a new post in my Vanier safety and security group. And I love just like looking at these posts because they're so funny because they just all revolve around this like pretty much this one individual who's just stealing a whole bunch of stuff in Vanier in like a very like select corner of Vanier, right? So I feel like it's just like all the neighbors and they're just like posting that type of stuff. But it's hilarious because I mean it's sad because obviously people are getting their stuff stolen, but it's just like this one dude and he's so brazen about it.
Right.
Like he's so incredible. Like he literally the last video was him trying to steal a video camera.
No, that's ironic.
Yeah. So they got him on video as this amazing, perfectly clear video of him trying to steal this camera.
No way.
Yeah, and he's stolen like all sorts of weird stuff like well, not weird, but like it's just weird because like it's not stuff you would think of to steal, right? Like he stole like a doormat and like a shovel.
A doormat?
And a shovel. Yeah, like obviously he's pawning them somewhere.
Yeah.
But I just, like,
what pawn shop is buying doormats? That's weird.
Or maybe the world is like his shopping ground.
Yeah.
He's just, there's a store. It's just around the corner.
Yeah.
This is my favorite store. It's called Unit 69.
He only steals from one unit.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if he just looks at it that way. They're all shops. All the shops around here. They're
keep
great.
buying doormats, but he's just stealing to make a rug in his apartment. One rectangle at a time.
Oh, boy.
Oh, well.
Anyways, yeah. So apparently he's quite like the circus act, too, because like he'll balance all these items. So he like balanced like an air conditioner on his bike.
That's pretty good.
And then like one person was just like, I once saw him have
Just raise the pop thing up. Yeah, there
you got these beautiful screens and I've messed them up.
She knocks it out of the way. Too enthusiastic. There you go.
I don't need this. Get it out of my way. You knew that was going to happen. I'm very gesturing.
I know. I tried
hands.
setting up so the cord would be out of the way for you, but
no.
The mic stand kept twisting. I got frustrated.
That's all right. That's all right. So he balanced 3 2-4s on his bike. Apparently, he was witness doing this. What an incredible
3 2-4s.
3 2-4s.
Wow,
bud.
that's a feat.
3 2-4s. That sounds weird. 3 2 falls.
3 by 2 by 4.
It sounds like we're like reverse counting.
Yeah.
That really screwed me up for a second. Not much sleep over here. But yeah, I really like that group. Because it's kind of just like a life story of this dude.
Yeah.
Like, what was he up to?
Are they trying to catch him,
night?
or are they just telling people to look out for him?
Well, I think they're just, it's like safety and security. So they're trying to like create awareness that this guy is out there. People might not lock their door, like their car doors and stuff like that. And also it was a valid point too, because a lot of people were talking about like COVID and like one of them, I don't know how they knew this, but one of them was just like, yeah, his like relative is in the hospital for COVID, so you better watch out because he probably has it too.
That's
and I was
weird.
like, how do you guys know this? What?
His friends are ratting him out or something?
I don't know. Like, what is going on? But yeah, anyways. It's pretty interesting. It's just like that could be a documentary in of itself.
Oh, for sure, yeah. That could be like one of those handheld, like Blair Witch documentaries, trying to track him down.
Much, Oh, poor guy. Yeah. And it's just weird because there's obviously other crime going on, but it's just like literally all that's there. So I just like, what's going on? It's like a reality TV show.
Yeah, in our neighborhood. Great.
In our neighborhood. Yeah, wonderful. Poor guy.
Yeah, oh well.
Yeah.
That's Vanya.
That's Vanya, yeah. And good times.
Yeah. Anything else you want to bring up today?
I don't know. I think I'm good.
Yeah, I got my big UFO news out.
Yeah, that was like really,
I was just on the edge of my seat waiting to tell you that.
That was really good news. I'm surprised that you waited that long. You didn't even like bring it up before.
I know. I was struggling not to tell you like while you were working all day. Babe, this is more important.
I'm waiting on the news.
This could also be an argument for Elon Musk's simulation theory.
Is that the one that I came up with?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I came up with that first.
That Bob Lazar guy.
I love that you just agree. Yes, you came up with it. Yeah. Bob Lazar.
Yeah.
Bob Lazar.
He talks about being on the UFOs and looking at their control panels and stuff. No buttons, no wires. It's all done by touch and thought.
Wait, he talks about what? Being on the UFOs?
Yeah,
what?
Because he could go into the UFO and walk around to try and study it at Area 51.
I feel like this guy is like,
okay. Well.
I don't know. Like maybe we need a scan of his brain.
But the interesting thing about it that he
mentions, was on the UFO walking around. My name is Bob Lazar.
No bathroom.
No bathroom.
No bathroom.
Oh my Lord, that's okay. So what are they doing? Are they just shitting on us?
So either you could also argue that the aliens are just sort of robots, but why would you need a robot inside of it could just be a drone. So we'll scratch that. What it could be, if we're in a simulation, it could be the actual people on the outside of the simulation playing a game, so to speak.
Oh, so they're flying their game?
Yeah, it could be us playing a video game in a way.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Isn't that weird?
Whoa.
Weird thought.
Jeez.
Which would explain
I thought you were going to tell me these people have somehow come up with a way to not go to the washroom.
Yeah.
That's an incredible feat.
Yeah.
It's an incredible feat.
That'll be
I always thought that was, I always thought that was the worst feature of humanity in terms of survival. Well, also, when you get nervous and immediately you have to go to the washroom, like what a awful way. So what, you're being chased by like a serial killer and then like you're so scared, you're like, ugh.
Or maybe it's a way to vacate extra weight so you can run faster and escape.
I don't know.
I've seen bears fighting and they poop while they're fighting. While they're fighting each other. Wrestling, they just poop in the middle of it.
I mean, that's an interesting
little
theory.
Extra mobility. Because, if you really got to go, you don't want to like be bending down and stuff. So if you just let it go in the middle, no restrictions.
Your explanation is that it helps the body. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's fair, I guess.
In a life and death situation where
I don't know. Those serial killers move really fast.
Those serial killers.
They move really fast. Yeah. I just think it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
I would be like, I would be like running and like popping Imodium at the same time. Never gonna get me.
Don't let it go.
All right.
Yeah.
Why does it always turn there? I don't know.
Every time.
Should we wrap this up?
Before we go too far down the poop chute.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to episode 4 of GrayVee on the City. Cheers.
Cheers.